Well, that's the thing. I think he's like a submarine. He's like a sniper. It's like, where are all these deals coming from? We don't know. He's the mysterious man, Mr. Darren Ham. Greetings, Signature Studio Spotlight Series. This is the bald guy in the red tie. John Butler, your favorite bald-headed red tie wearing show host, with my blonde sidekick, Miss Susan Ebert, broker extraordinaire of Signature Real Estate Group here in Murrieta, California, on Los Alamos. How's that for your intro?
That's a good plug.
That was like one breath.
That was.
Yeah.
Impressive.
But speaking of snipers, speaking of submarines, speaking of highly effective agents, that you're like, how come he gets all the trophies and I don't get any trophies? He gets all the trophies. I like trophies. Darren, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. By special request.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He
I was like-
specially requested you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
walking away with all the trophies, I was like, hey, I need to talk to that guy. Tell us what you're doing. But that's awesome, man. You've been that's why I want to get to know you, is how long your career has been and just how you're at such a dominant place of your life.
Well,
You're doing something right.
I mean, where to start? I've been almost 20 years, I guess. 03, I got licensed.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's been a lot of changes. I mean, it sold retail, residential, and then got into REOs and then had a preservation company, did BPOs, and then back into full-time real estate. So it's been a good business for 20 years. So I don't have anything else to do. I'm not going to fall back on my medical degree, so I'm going to keep doing this.
Oh, he's precise like a doctor.
Doctor.
All right, Dr. Ham. Hamming it up. All right.
Oh, I'm so calling you doctor from now on.
Okay.
Doctor of Real Estate.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Surgeon like precision.
Mm.
We can do this all day long.
All right.
Wait, okay, so let's unpack that a little bit.
Okay.
He just gave us like his
Yeah.
whole career in like 30 seconds,
Well-
like a doctor would, right?
Yeah.
But
Do you have
So-
good handwriting?
No. See?
Just like a doctor.
Just like a doctor.
Prescription.
Yeah.
so you were a doctor before?
No, I'm just kidding.
I take back all my puns.
Yeah, all that puns is retracted. No, I don't have any other options, is what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I
no,
really thought I was a doctor. Damn it.
no doctor. No
Okay.
doctor at all.
No
Not
doctor.
even honorary. Nothing. Yeah.
So what was your life before real estate? Let's start there.
So sales. I mean, I moved here in '95 to go to college to play golf, and got out of that and decided that golf was better for the weekend and not to try to earn a living at. And I started working for a company, an electronics manufacturer, and then I became the national sales manager for that company. And then they sold that company, and they had one of me, and that was it for that. And at that point, my wife got licensed just before I was. So she was just getting going, and she had a partner, and I thought, well, I'll get my license and give this a go. And her partner didn't really last that long for whatever reason, and her and I worked together for a while, and then that didn't work like as well as you'd think, because you can't have two people in charge. And so we worked together for a couple years, but it was not. We were just together all the time. It was just hard, so we started doing our separate things. She did it down a different path in real estate, and I went all through different paths in real estate, and we never really worked together again. But I mean, we
Yeah.
yeah.
You work together. You
We
just
work
don't work
together. I mean,
yeah.
we both work from home, and
Yeah.
we're both home doing it all day, passing each other on the phone, and
Yeah.
but we both do our own thing. So
And I was always curious about that because you see some husband and wife teams and they just absolutely dominate. But I've always wondered what that dynamic's like, especially when they're both producers in their own rights, right? Like you and Alicia are both
Yeah.
heavy hitters
Yeah.
in your own right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But real estate's that one industry and career and business where it's like your brain never shuts off, right? It's like we're always kind of mentally chewing on something. And so I would think that would make things complicated in a marital relationship
Well,
because marriage is
yeah.
easy already. You know?
Yeah.
I think it just depends on the two people. Like
Sure.
we just had a hard time. We were together all the time. We were working on the same thing all the time. And, you come home from the end of the day and you ask, how was your day, honey? Well, I know how it was because I was there the whole time.
Yeah.
And so that became difficult.
Yeah.
And I think other people either delegate things or they can work together and they can
Yeah.
they don't have, there's chiefs and Indians, and sometimes there's two chiefs, and
Yep.
we are two chiefs, and that's
Yep.
too hard.
They're both leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were together here for a little minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they're both leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so, I mean, there's just been transitions. I mean, I've been in real estate in some fashion for 20 years. It hasn't all been selling. I mean, I've sold for most of it, but we just move in and out. She's been in real estate. She's been in title. She was a TC. She's been in escrow, and she's back in real estate. And so it's been a good business for us. I mean, even when the times were bad, there were good times in it. So
Yeah, she's smart. He married good.
Strategically, like a doctor.
Strategically.
No, it's important because this is a difficult career, and that's why we like to have the show and kind of put a spotlight on people that have made it. And you've not only made it, but you've dominated it, but you've also gone through several different cycles. I mean, if you've been doing this for 20 years, since 2003-ish kind of thing, you know, you saw it where the checks were raining down from the sky, right, in the early 2000s. You know, it was just amazing and wonderful. Yeah. And all of a sudden, the floor just drops out of the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
So what was that experience like? Because that was just you're probably coming into that 3 to 5 year success. We're like, hey, I'm getting really good at this. And all of a sudden, the whole thing just changes.
It was like 2005, 2006, we were like, it was like now. I mean, not quite as weird as now, but very similar in terms of inventory and supply and demand sort of lunacy. But once that kind of went sideways, like I've been doing a lot of BPOs at that point as sort of a side income, and so I kind of transitioned into that was an income. Well, the 2008 to 12, I didn't want to have anything to do with short sales. Everybody that I talked to that was doing a short sale was just a nightmare. So I started doing BPOs and to make an income, and then I got a couple of small REO accounts. And those accounts didn't really turn into much, maybe 8 or 10 listings over the course of 18 months. But what they did is I started hiring people to do trash outs and rekeys. And instead of doing that, I just started a preservation company and called all the REO agents and had phenomenal years during that downtime. Now, unfortunately, I probably should have been buying real estate instead of just fixing it for other agents. You know, so in retrospect, there was a little bit of some left on the table at that point, but we had some really good years doing that. And then when the real estate market started to turn around in 15, then I came back to selling real estate again, so full time. So
interesting.
Yeah. So it's the market does this, and if you're unable to move
and adjust
within it, then like if you're not wanting to do short sales or you don't have any REO accounts, and that market takes a hard nosedive, it's a grind.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I never felt like, though, it was just, this crashed and the floor came out.
Yeah.
It's a transition. Yeah. And then you be flexible and you navigate with the market because as an agent, you can work with buyers or sellers. So we became short sale specialists, right? People went to the REO, the whole office, we became short sale. And it never felt like something fell out.
Yeah.
We just learned something new and went the direction that the industry was taking us.
Well, there's the less opportunities, but there's always opportunities.
Yes.
So, I mean, and at that point, there was like 96,000 realtors in Riverside County. And then by 2008, there was 3,000 again, and everybody could compete for the business that there was. And now there's 96,000 realtors again because there's lots of low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
And that will change again, too.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. Kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah. Normal will be better. Just normal. It doesn't have to be crazy.
It just, we see it all the time. Yeah. People watch, especially like $1 Million Listing on, TV, and they're like, oh, that looks easy. I could just do this on the weekend and make millions of dollars in real estate. It's like, there's a lot to it, Yeah. And then so they get in it, but they get in long enough to take those 1, 2, 3 deals to get in the way, and they don't know what they're doing, and then they kind of put that bad reputation into the marketplace because they're not trained a lot of times.
Just make your transactions difficult when they don't need to be.
Yeah, the ones who come into the industry to just get in and out, I think they hurt the industry.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't treat it like a
profession. We're in here to do this for a career and a livelihood, and then you come in and you go and you discount or you're naughty.
And they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, and it is what it is. I mean, you'd probably find that in insurance, and you'd probably find it in physical trainers. You probably, personal trainer. You find it in everything, probably.
That's true.
That when things are good, there's low-hanging fruit, and everybody rushes in. And when things get bad, it's the 80-20. So people, the 20% will survive through this, and the 80% won't, and that is what it is. So that's just one of the things that you have to deal with out there is agents that aren't quite as experienced, and so you're just going to have to do more work.
So, but you're actually coming from a sales background.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in sales. I mean, I was in construction as a kid, as a teenager, and then sales. I mean, I sold
Wait, what did you
stuff
do
door
in
to door.
construction?
Oh, roofing, fencing.
Really? So that's why you're so handy.
I guess, yeah. Sort of.
That's why you could do the preservation company.
Man of many
I
talents.
know what to do. Well, I love that.
Yeah.
When men can do man things. Like, can you change a toilet seal? That's all I want to know. Can you? No, because I
Sure.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Put many a wax ring in.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. You don't?
I
We need
do.
to talk about.
I don't want to
talk
touch
about
those.
this
It's
man
interesting.
thing.
He knows, he just doesn't do it. And there's something manly about knowing it and still being able to pay somebody to do it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What he said.
Ah.
So how long have you been married to Alicia?
25 years.
Woo.
Yeah.
Good
This
job.
year, yeah, 25.
So how did you meet her?
I moved here to go to the golf college, and that was on the original Marietta Hot Springs Resort. That's where our campus was. And there was a bar there called Shakespeare's, and she was a bartender. And the dorm where I stayed was on the hot springs, so I had to walk by there back and forth. And
Did you puff out your chest?
there's a pub there, so I moved here from Canada, and in Canada I don't know if it's like, because I've only lived in Marietta for 20. I've moved here in 1995, and I've only lived in Marietta, so I haven't lived anywhere else other than in the U.S. So, but in Canada, like when you get in your car, you just drive to the first strip mall, and there's a bar, there's a pub. And then if you don't like that one, you just drive a block and a half to the next strip mall, and there's another one, and there's lots of them. And so here, when I moved here, I'm like, I'll go find her. So that was the closest one. I mean, it was between my dorm and my classroom, so spent a lot of time there. And she was a bartender.
And she was hitting on you and giving you free
Yeah,
drinks.
she was coming on to me.
Begging for your number.
Yeah. You know. I couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
That's a dirty job.
Yeah.
Getting picked up on.
Yeah.
Well, I always like to know the stories of how somebody meets their significant other because
Yeah.
it's always interesting.
Yeah.
It's always like, okay, who went after who first?
For real, who
It
did
was
it?
probably me doing
Yeah?
a lot of chasing and a lot of no, but I'm persistent. See, that's the sales, right?
That's right. That's right.
Need a 100 no's for that yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
So you thought she was pretty?
yeah, of course.
How'd you ask her out?
Oh God, I don't remember. I
You
mean,
don't?
there's a lot of drinking. I don't know. Yeah.
Do you remember how you asked her to marry you? I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
Well, I mean, it was. I have to go back to Canada. It's time for. I did go back, and she called me, and I came back down, and we got married. So.
Oh, you
shortly,
needed a green card.
Shortly after that, yeah, to get a green card.
Oh,
not necessarily get a green card, but
nice.
that didn't come easy. But yeah, I mean, I left, and then I came back. So that's how that worked out.
So you were born in Canada.
I was, yeah.
What part?
I was born in Saskatchewan,
Oh.
which is in the middle. And then I spent most of my life in Calgary, in Alberta. Lived in Vancouver and just traveled around. And
Do you miss it?
not really.
No? I've never been. I
No,
don't know.
you know, pretty much the last year I lived there, I worked in the Northwest Territories in the oil business, and it was in the bush. It was living in a trailer. It was like traveling around 100 miles from anywhere, and it was cold, and it was a lot of work. And I spent my time living in the country and the city, and the weather is, I'm done. I spent my time in the cold, so I'm here.
So Southern California weather is better than Canada?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right,
A
that'll
hair
be the
better.
title of this.
Yeah. No, Canada's nice. I mean, my family's there, but it's cold. The weather's not great. I mean, it's not particularly different politically or tax-wise than California, but this is my home. I've been here longer than
Anywhere.
I live in Canada, so this is home now. Yeah.
That's cool.
But what brought you here?
The
golf
golf
school?
college, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have a AA degree in professional golf management, which is worthless.
I could see you being a golfer.
Yeah. Well,
Even the shirt you have on today.
yeah.
So how'd that conversation go with your parents? They're like, all right, son, are you going to be a doctor? Are you going to be an engineer? You're like, I'm going to go to
be a
California to be a
golfer.
golf
Play
manager.
Well, I mean, I actually, I quit high school and I went and worked and I traveled around. I was gone, and So by the time I wanted to come down here, I was sort of righting the ship. I was 24 and was deciding to get some direction as opposed to just traveling around and doing whatever came along. So my dad was happy that I had, that I was interested. I wanted to get into golf course architecture, though, because I've been out of school for so long that this seemed like a good entry. And then once I graduated, I was like, I'm going to go into the golf business, and I had some job offers to assistant manager at a golf course, and I worked at some golf courses for a while, and then it was like I like playing golf, not working golf, and then I went and got a job.
Are you still into golf?
Yeah.
Are you good?
You golf frequently?
I mean, I haven't played much over the last 4 or 5 years, just been busy, but
What do you call it? What's your score?
handicap?
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably a 10. I mean, it's not.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. So it doesn't mean this exactly, but like par on a golf course, the typical is 72. So I mean, I would shoot somewhere between 80 and 84. Like the average out your scores, and you get a handicap based on the rating of the golf course. So 72 shots over 18 holes is par.
Oh, okay. That's
So-
how much that's the best you can do, or that's how
No,
much
you can
they
do better than that.
Okay.
That's the benchmark, I guess. So I'll explain golf. So there's
Good.
18 holes, and each hole has a different par, 3, 4, or 5.
Okay,
normally.
just like miniature golf.
Yeah, exactly. So they're all most of them are 3s, but
Okay.
the golf course is a 5. It's just longer. The short's a 3, and the medium's a 4. And so your goal is to each hole get a par.
Okay.
And that would be 5 and 4 and 3 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 5 to make 72.
Okay.
So shooting par is you got to be a pretty decent golfer to shoot par.
Oh.
And then so if you shoot 10 over, that means every once in a while you shot one more than par on 10 holes.
And that's what you did?
Yeah. I mean,
That's awesome.
I don't know. I mean, it's all right.
I think that's amazing.
It's not that good, but it's better than some.
What do other people get?
Some people shoot 120, and professional or good golfers shoot 67. So, I mean, yeah, 65.
So exciting.
Yes.
Did you guys see the North Korean, the dad? Okay, so the North Korean dictator,
Kim Jong-il. And Kim Jong-un, and Il was his father.
Yeah,
And
so
so mentally ill.
the previous one.
Yeah.
His first time golfing, he got 12 hole-in-ones.
Yes.
And so this is how they manipulate their media and stuff like that. And so I just thought
great
that was
being a
hilarious.
dictator.
Yeah, and he started golfing at 54 years old and had a par of 20 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And just imagine if he would have started when he was younger. And, like, this is what they're putting out in the Korean people.
Yeah. So he goes to the casino and he gets royal flush every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute perfection.
Yeah.
You could be a dictator.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
would've
shoot for par.
Yeah.
Par's good.
Well, awesome. So you've been doing this for a long time. So you've gone through a lot of cycles, as we talked about, and now you're kind of at this good place where, I don't see a big social media footprint. Do you do social media? Not at all.
Not really. No.
Not really.
No.
Doesn't
I mean,
have to.
So how did you?
It's not that I don't have to. I mean, it's I choose to. I mean, I'm blessed with how I get to do my business. Although I could do more. I mean, I do get a little complacent because I'm sort of complacent because I have a couple of sources that I get referrals, and I have some clients that do replacement manufactured homes. So there's a lot that go along with that, and I have a lot of past clients that I keep in touch with, and I get referrals from them. So, I mean, honestly, most of my business, 80% of my business throughout the year is generated through that.
That's awesome.
Really, only like 20 is generated through lead generation. And that's come from lots of lead generation in the past. I mean, It's not like it's always been that way. I mean, I love open houses. I mean, I think they're one of the best tools ever. I mean, people who want to buy houses come in to see you. So I think they're like fishing. I mean, some days you go and you get nothing all day, and other days you limit out, and I think they're profoundly good opportunities. And I got a lot of business doing open houses.
Yeah.
But now I have some sources that provide some pretty good stream of deals, so I don't have to do. I mean, I don't do. I could do. I have more time. I could do more prospecting. I could find more business. I just sort of, don't know, if I've grown to the size of my tank that I'm comfortable with. I'd like to do more business. I don't do a lot of social media. I didn't find that it really did anything for me. I think it's fantastic if you use it in a way that works for your business. It didn't do anything for me that I could really quantify. And I don't care much for it. Most of the social media is its time suck. Yeah. And so I just don't use it as a tool. I think if you use it as a tool and you don't get sucked into the waste of the time that can be, and you use it effectively, I think it's fantastic. But I just don't.
Yeah, it's definitely changed over the past, because when I started doing it in 2009, 10, 11, if you posted a video, hey, oh my gosh, that was video, but now it's like so saturated in videos, and now they have algorithms, and it just feels like it's just this weird cluster. Yeah. Just like, ugh, I'm done with it.
I mean, I used it mostly just to keep in touch with my past clients. Mm-hmm. And the people that I was working with that I had on my database that I was sending things out to, I would do, things like just sold, or I'm doing an open house here, and I would just kind of blast it out to those people. I didn't do a lot of target marketing. I didn't do a lot of, proximity marketing through Facebook. I did some, but not a ton. And I don't know if what I did wasn't effective, so I quit, or if it just wasn't the way I did it. So I may have given it more time, and it might have worked out better. But I just didn't find it as a valuable piece for my business.
So with that, I think that I love your success where you are right now, because I feel like what it is that you wanted to achieve. You're there, you're relaxed in your career, but you worked your tail off to have this referral business, to have these past clients. And to me, that's the best kind of real estate agent, because you built something to make it to where you can be where you are. And you're not doing the grind like the new agents where you just got to grind. So I respect that. But what my question is did you know you were doing that all along, that you were building this company and this business of I'm going to have in 20 years to be able to sit back and have these great relationships and just have a great career?
No, I mean, that was just unfolded as it unfolded. I mean, some of them were happenstance. Most of them were just happen to. Like the clients that I have that do the replacement manufactured homes, I mean, they buy and flip some, but most of the things they do, they buy, or we take it off, put new ones on, and sell them. And we do some financing for them too. I met them at one property, and that's what they said they wanted to do. And I thought that they would be great people to stay in touch with them. Yeah. So then, we nurtured that relationship, and we're really good friends now. So I have a couple other relationships that I find it the best to always want people to do business with you. Mm-hmm. So when I have a listing or a sale or a transaction or a buyer, I want the buyer's agent to see my listing on the MLS next time and purposefully choose to show it. Yeah. Like that's my goal all the time. I would much rather have testimonials from other agents than my clients, because you're the ones bringing the deals. So I just try to be friends with everybody, and then and then they'll want to do work with you again.
I don't care what internet happens. This is always going to be a relationship-based business if you're going to have a future in it. Yeah.
Well, no, I think you hit the nail on the head there, because it's amazing how so many agents feel like they have to be combative with each other. Yeah. And it's like we're trying to do the same thing. And it's like you're saying, when you're looking through the MLS and your client sends you the property and you're like, no, but you look at it and it's an agent that you like. You're like, oh yes, oh thank goodness, it's Darren.
I have in this last year I have got I don't know how many, a handful of my offers accepted, because they were agents that I've worked with before that I could call and we could have a conversation. And without that relationship, we wouldn't have got them.
Relationship, everything.
Yeah.
My dad was in insurance, and he was really successful and had a fantastic business. And he dealt with doctors. That was it, and his niche. And he had a website, and he used it for a while, and he got rid of it. He had a cell phone, he got rid of it. He wrote cards to people. He remembered their birthdays. He went to their events. He was very present. He did so.
Isn't that amazing?
What a good example.
It seems like we're trying to replace that with technology, but there's just nothing like belly-to-belly interactions with humans.
Well, for sure, because there's only so many agents in town that are going to be there over the course of time. So you're going to run into them. So you might as well at least not be shit. You know, I mean, like you're going to run into them again. So you might as well try to have, you know, I tell every agent that I get in, let's just, you and me, let's go. Let's get to the end. Let's take everybody hand in hand and just go. I mean, that's the point of this whole thing. And then it's like the real estate shows, it's like they seem to watch these and figure we got to fight and we got to be combative and we got to, you know, we got to fight for our client. You don't have to. I mean, if we both work, we all have the same goal, buyer, seller, agent, is to be done with this and have everybody happy. So it's not a difficult thing to accomplish. It's everybody just gets on board.
We see some agents that just want to pick a fight over the smallest things to prove their worth to their clients. And it's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this right now?
When usually by the end, I mean, there's so many times that you have to go to the well to ask for goodwill for something. So if you don't get that goodwill from the beginning, later on when I have to come and ask you to fix something or to change a date or to renegotiate later, it's just much more difficult. So if we can start off with a great start, we're both working for the same goal. But later on, when there's a bump, we're still working for the same goal still. And if we start fighting at the beginning, then when I come to you later, it's just going to be a fight, and we won't get what we need by the end of it. And that's for everybody's sake. So.
It rips off buyers and sellers for sure.
It does.
And then they call it fiduciary duty. It kills me.
And ultimately, it's about providing a good service with a good experience to people, right? So you don't want your clients feeling like they just got dragged through a jungle of razor blades. You know, it just doesn't do anything good.
They don't need to know all that stuff. I mean, they don't need to know there's conflict. They don't need that. So, I mean, they don't do it every day. We do. So we're the ones that are supposed to lead this. I mean, their goal was to sell their home or to buy their new home for their family. That's what they want. They don't need all the drama. They don't need the fight. They just need us to get them to where they need to be. It's not a tough thing.
Isn't he nice?
He's very wise.
I know.
Like a doctor.
Well,
I think we're coming into our round of Susanisms and questions, so I'll turn it over to Susan.
I don't have any isms, but okay. So, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
One sister.
And she older or younger?
Younger, a couple years.
You get along and stuff?
Yep.
She's still in Canada?
She is,
You an uncle?
I am. She has twins. They're 9.
Ooh. Okay, so you've been married 20?
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. Did we decide that you remembered how you proposed to her?
Green card.
Oh, green card. Okay. We're going to stick with that story,
I don't think it's quite
Dr.
that, but
Ham.
we'll go with that one. Yeah. It sounds more. It sounds more interesting than what probably happened. Yeah.
Okay, so how many babies do you guys have?
We have one.
And?
His name is Scott. He just turned 16, and he's adopted. And we got him like one day, so that was cool. He's good. He's a good boy. Yeah.
What was that like? Like, how'd you come to that? You're like, okay, we're gonna adopt.
Well, we tried for a long time and just was unsuccessful. And actually, I had a client whose daughter had gone through the process with the county, and just right at the time that we were kind of trying to figure out what to do. And it's through the foster system. It was a real eye-opening experience because you have to become a foster home before you can adopt, and it's.
So was he your foster baby?
He was, yeah.
As
but we were
newborn?
We were foster adopt. I mean, that was
what you went in
that
for.
was what we went in for. So yeah, it was interesting. I mean, we had to go through. It's funny literally from the moment that we talked to the social worker and went to the first class, because you have to go to these classes and a series of events, to the day that he showed up, it was literally 9 months.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I love that. Oh, so how's 16 treating you?
I've
been there, done 16.
Yes. It's like, he's great. I'm like, oh my God, he's terrible. I know. And then he's great again, and then he's terrible.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
It's such
all
a
in all,
cycle.
he's a good boy. He's a good kid.
Yeah, I always say we're good in between our bad choices. Right? And you just got to teach them. Yeah.
Are you going through that phase where, like, you'll have a really good deep talk with them and like, man, we see things eye to eye, and then like the next day they don't acknowledge you at all? You're like, did I do something wrong?
Yeah, I drive him to school in the morning and he doesn't say a word the whole way. And then I pick him up and, how's your day? Good. And then he doesn't say a word the whole way back. And it's funny because I've sat in traffic pulling into the school, And looking into the car in front of me or the car behind me, I can see exactly the same thing happening.
Yeah.
I can see a kid doing this and a parent going,
Yeah.
and he just is ignoring. So I know it's not just me. So I don't take it personally.
Yeah. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. And they grow out of it.
Yeah.
And then they'll start talking to you again.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, oh, God, be quiet.
Someone told me with raising teenage boys is that when those hormones and the testosterone hit and all this kind of stuff, they lose the ability to speak. And they just grunt and they go, oh, yeah,
a lot of that.
food, good.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then in about 20, 25, they start talking again and become human. Real humans.
The experience so far is the first part is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
There's more to come.
There's very few syllables, just noises and sounds. And,
One syllable words.
Yeah, but what a lucky kid. I mean, come on, he was chosen.
Well,
he was
lucky.
He was
we
delivered.
were lucky. Yeah, I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been better.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going to have any more?
Yeah, right. Okay. No, I don't think so.
No?
We've crested the age. I think that we want a baby. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your favorite hobby? Like to do with Alicia?
What to do with Alicia?
Yeah, what's your favorite thing to do with Alicia?
We cook a lot.
Do you?
And garden. We like to eat. We like food. Like foodie, kind of into good food. So we do that. That's probably our biggest,
And then as a family, what do you do? 3 of you.
Well,
does he do any sports?
we,
or
yeah,
anything like
I mean,
that?
we golf a little bit. Alicia doesn't golf as much, but we golf. Scott and I do. Alicia a little bit, and we go to the shooting range. We'd like to shoot.
You do?
Yeah.
What firearms do you have?
I have a 6-hour 9mm and a Smith & Wesson 38 and a little Phoenix 22 that I bought for Alicia.
Where do you go and shoot?
Iron Sights in Oceanside. Yeah.
That's where I went too.
Yeah.
Is that an indoor?
Yeah.
Do they have any outdoor ones around here?
There's some
Fallbrook.
membership ones in Fallbrook
Yeah.
and in Paris.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I
they
got my CCW at the one in Paris.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I got my CCW in Fallbrook.
Yeah.
I went up to Bakersfield this weekend and did skeet shooting.
Oh yeah.
You
For the
did?
first time. That was
Was it
really
fun? Did you hit it?
Yeah.
You got stuff? You
Yeah.
hit it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Well, it's a shotgun, so you
Yeah.
just kind of general
Yeah,
vicinity.
yeah.
You can hit
Yeah, well,
something.
you can miss. It's something. Yeah. But no, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a lot of fun. So they do have one in Paris?
Yeah, they have a range in Paris.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I think I like the outside better.
Yeah, Alicia likes the outside better too.
Yeah.
She doesn't like
Yeah.
going inside. We've been to the range a number of times. We went to Vegas one time when Scott was like 11 or 12, and he shot something there. And we're in, and there's a guy with an AK beside us,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
is booming.
Yeah.
And Alicia, she was like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she doesn't like the indoor range as much.
Yeah,
That's why I
'cause-
bought the 22 because I thought it'd be easier for her to shoot. But she likes the outdoor.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's because of the noise. At
Yeah.
Ironsides, it's noisy. Last time we went,
Yeah.
I went to go test my AR-15, which I got for my 60th
Nice.
birthday. And they just had a cannon next door. And I have good ears
Yeah.
and good
Oh, yeah.
eyes. But no, I was like,
You walked out, it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually waited and kind of went back outside for a minute
Yeah.
and looked at ammo.
Yeah. Yeah, there's bigger guns like 7.62 and they're loud.
Yeah,
and they're
it's
heavy.
loud.
You can feel them on your chest.
Yeah. It just goes boom, right? Yeah. It's a lot, but it's fun.
Yeah, it
I
is.
didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I love shooting.
Yeah, me too. I grew up with guns. We always had them. I lived in the country. And
Did you ever hunt?
a little bit.
What'd you kill?
moose.
I mean, I got one deer once.
You killed Bambi's mom?
Yeah.
God!
Well, my stepdad was like we used to bird hunt more than anything else.
Yeah, I did
But
too,
my
quail.
stepdad was a hunt. I mean, he was like a hike in, like big sheep, hike up, like camp for 2 days, get it, dispatch it in a backpack, and come. I mean, so they were really into hunting.
Yeah.
I wasn't that into it, but
Yeah.
Seems
Yeah.
like a lot of work and effort.
It is a lot of work.
is.
Yeah.
Gosh, we did quail, and then I'm like, I don't even like the taste of this. I'm not going to kill one again.
Yeah.
You go ahead and go do that. I'm good. I'm fine. Okay, favorite color?
Oh, I don't know. Blue. I don't know. I don't really.
You don't have one.
I don't have a favorite color.
What's Alicia's favorite color?
No.
It's a test question. Alicia, are you watching this?
Yeah. Probably blue as well.
Really?
Yeah, I would guess. Yeah. It's funny that I don't know the answer to that question.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what my favorite color is.
I can see her watching this with him, and she's gonna elbow him in the ribs. And be like,
Green,
you don't remember how you proposed to me?
Yeah.
You don't remember my favorite color? Like, you're gonna be in the doghouse.
You know, but she knows him well enough
Yeah.
to know that he jokes. So.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. She knows he really knows the answers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
I'm going with that. Okay, so favorite food to cook?
Oh, you know what? I don't know about that because I like to grill, but I also like to get all fooey and like do like sous vide and.
What is sous
That's where
vide?
you take it and you vacuum seal it and you put it in like a water bath to a really like you take a steak for example, like you take like a fillet and you put it in a vacuum seal and you put it in water and you put this thing in there and it heats the water up to like 96 degrees or whatever and it cooks it perfectly slowly and then you take it and you sear it so it's like perfectly
So it's like a
cooked.
reverse sear.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Ooh.
And so, like, I really like to experiment with different things. I mean, like making curry and all sorts of stuff. I mean,
Really?
Yeah. When I worked for that electronics company, we sold the I don't know, sorry, just down a different path.
Yeah, that's
but
okay.
we sold the domes that go on motorhomes that have satellite, so you can watch TV while you're going down the road. And so I had a company vehicle, an Expedition, and a van that had that on there with a TV, and I traveled all over the country. And all I did was listen to the Food Channel, and I know chefs and their restaurants like most guys know their football teams, and
That's funny.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Do you like the food trucks?
yeah,
Like in LA?
yeah. I like people that make thoughtful food. Like
Yes.
it's you can make just food, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But you can like art or anything else. You
Yes.
can take it to another level, and you can really put some thought into it. You can really depth of flavor and seasoning and all sorts of things that really elevate it to something that's interesting. So
Yeah.
that's
This made me hungry.
yeah.
I know, right?
I know. I was just thinking about that.
I'm not a chef. I like get HelloFresh delivered to the house so I don't have to go to the store.
Yeah.
And then to cook it, I
like
gotta
cooking
take that out of the bag and cook it.
Have to in the
Takes me
microwave?
25 minutes?
Yeah.
What? 30 minutes before I get to eat?
Yeah.
Where's the drive-through?
I like the process of cooking.
You do?
Yeah.
I think I like the cooking. I don't like the cleaning.
You know,
Do you take turns on that, cooking and cleaning?
the cleanings. Yeah, I cook most of the time. So
That is
and then we both
such.
clean.
Do you cook?
No.
Does
Kinda, no.
Jen cook?
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah,
Think it
I
is.
was never a good cooker. We grilled a lot.
Yeah, I grill a lot.
Yeah, I like the grill. I can do the side dishes. I'll make a salad.
Yeah.
Maybe some mashed potatoes. Okay, do you have a favorite sport or is it golf?
It's golf. Yeah.
And so who's your favorite golfer? Like, do you go old school or someone new?
No, I don't know if I have a favorite one because there's a lot of different. Like, I mean, I like obviously Tiger Woods is for the game elevated it to a level that
Yeah.
a new level. But before that, like Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer all elevated it, and the new players. I mean, some of the new guys are unbelievable in what they can do, and that's the beauty of it. Like anything else, somebody does something that was never done before, and it becomes possible. And that's the evolution of golf is the same as anything else, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't doing things, and then somebody did it, and then Tiger did it, and then Spieth
Yeah.
did it, and now people are doing. They're making it more fun to watch.
What's your favorite course? What's the best one you've been on?
I don't know. Torrey Pines is probably my favorite golf course, but I have only played it once. But there's lots of good golf courses around here.
Have you done Pechanga's journey?
I have never played Pechanga, actually. No. No, Temecula Creek, I always loved that golf course. It was a really good, established, mature, traditional golf course.
Are you open to some golf tickets? Like if I happen to sponsor a golf event at SRCAR that's coming up, would you want to go golfing?
Sure.
Because I'm not going to sponsor it unless I have someone who's going to go golf.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know the date.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
Nice segue there. Nice
Yeah.
slide in plug there.
Yeah.
No, you and Scott can go.
Yeah.
Or you and Alicia.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, do you like driving the cart? Do you get drunk and driving the carts?
No.
Oh, I did.
That's the funnest part of golf.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
No?
I don't really drink, and so I don't really. I don't. I mean, I do a little bit, but so I don't really drink. And then when I go play golf, I want to play golf.
Yeah, because you want to have a good
Yeah.
handicap.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need another handicap. Yeah.
I'm going to be handicapped. I won't
Yeah.
get a good handicap.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you see yourself professionally in 5 years?
Well,
Because Scott's going to be 21.
in 5 years, I'll probably be in the same spot I am now because I'm 53 and 60 is sort of the target to be able to,
I wish I
maybe-
made my target earlier.
maybe be able to scale back. I mean, I'm into trading, and I'd like to maybe transition to where, like, now it's a little income and real estate. I'd like to get to the point where I could sort of transition and just do referral stuff. I mean, I don't think I would ever stop selling real estate. I mean, I think there would be an income stream forever. It's just I don't know if it's going to be massive or anything, but
Yeah.
I would probably still work for a long time.
What do you find is your easiest, working with buyers or listings?
I don't have.
You like both?
I don't have a preference. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same it's the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the end is what we're trying to do. So, yeah,
Yeah. Who cares?
it depends on the market, I suppose. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in a market that's crazy like this, working with buyers is
Yeah.
not fun because
Yeah.
you're writing 25 offers.
Yeah, right.
And working with sellers, it's like it's listed and get a pile of offers.
Yeah.
So, in a market like this, I'd take sellers all day long. I mean, I would prefer sellers because
Yeah.
it's less work. I mean,
Yeah.
there's sign calls but I don't,
Both.
I have some years that I've got more buyers and some years I got more sellers, and I can't really quantify what year was better. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's like when you just give good customer service.
Well,
Do you
Who would've
have
thought?
like a certain number that you try to hit every year, or either whether it's number of transactions or like a commission goal? Like
yeah,
what I wanna do at least?
I try to do 25 transactions. I mean, 25 is my goal every year. I have to close 2 a month. I mean, if I don't do 2 a month, I feel like I'm going backwards.
Right.
Yeah,
Do you do Bitcoin or anything?
not really.
Invest in any of that stuff?
Not in any real. I day trade S&P futures.
I don't even know what that means. Do you?
Nope.
Gosh, we're dumb.
He's a doctor. He's smarter than us. Remember?
I don't trade individual stocks. I just trade whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
So do you have to have a license to be a day trader? It just means that you're trading during daytime?
I trade from 6:30 in the morning until 8:30 in the morning.
What?
I just trade for like 2 hours in the morning.
Oh, I thought you. I was like 24,
No.
26 hours? That's a day and night trader.
No, I'm just learning. It's fun. I'm learning.
Is it fun?
Yeah, I mean, if you like things that aggravate you, it's fun. Yeah.
You pay attention to that ticker at the bottom, don't you? A lot closer. If
Oh,
you
do
get money in
you?
it.
You watch all that?
Nah, it's hard to explain. I mean,
Yeah, I don't understand any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's a
don't.
lot. I mean, I don't understand most of it either.
It's like gambling, right?
It's
Put money on this. You're like, okay, I hope this goes
I
up.
equate it to poker. I mean,
Oh.
there is definitely gambling in it, but it's, there's variance and, statistically something's going to happen. So it's not like pulling a slot machine because every pull is random. It's like poker. You have to sit and you wait for the right setup and the right hand and the right time, and then you still gamble. But statistically, if you do those things, you can be right more often than you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then it's because that's the way that it is.
Makes sense.
Where do you see the market in the next year?
Oh, well, that's interesting because I just told the story to somebody. I just told this to somebody before I came in. I see the market being sort of leveling off and being normal because we have a ton of buyers and the rates are still okay relative to what rates could be.
Yeah.
And we just have no inventory. And so as the buyers start to reduce because interest rates and gas prices and the price of homes going up,
Yeah.
inventory will come up and it will start to get more balanced. And there's enough liquidity in the market now. There's equity out the yin yang. So I don't see collapse.
Yeah.
So I see it getting sort of normal until next year. But I mean, who knows what
Yeah.
happens. But here's
Yeah.
what the thing I was mentioning to somebody is that, so if you'd asked the smartest people in the world that know everything about real estate in October of 2019, what do you think the real estate market's going to be like in 2020?
Yep.
They just said, well, it's going to be fine. It's going to have 3-5%. It's going to be or whatever. It's going to be good based on everything we know and interest rates. And then if you said, well, what happens if there's a worldwide pandemic and every business closed down and unemployment's 25% and we spend $7 trillion and nobody knows if they're going to be able to pay their house payment? Well, they would have said it's going to crash. And it did profoundly the opposite. So to say, what's the market going to be like in 6 months?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, how could I possibly tell you?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
that's actually the most smartest answer I've heard.
Well, it's the most honest answer is what it is.
It seems as though...
We can talk about the cycle, but...
Well, the problem has been one thing. It's been there's no supply. There's too much demand and no supply. Mm-hmm. So as the buyers can't buy because their monthly cost goes up for all the reasons that are affecting us now, inventory will always go up. People will always have to sell their homes.
Yeah.
So as this goes down, this goes up. And I don't see it swinging that hard because there's no catalyst to swing it that hard, I don't think. There's no catalyst to make buyers disappear from the market.
Yeah.
But maybe there is. I don't know.
We don't know what's coming.
I don't know. I mean, there's no crystal ball. But that would be my short-term projection is that we're just going to get into a more normalized market.
I agree.
Yeah.
I actually agree. Because it has to go normal before it goes south.
Yeah. Well, it does. I mean, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. I think everyone forgets that it's choo, up, then down. It's not up, down.
Well, for as long as we've been tracking real estate, for as long as we've been tracking the stock market, they've done that with periods of this. They always end up higher after they have a dip. They have a 15% correction, and they end up higher. They have a 20% correction, and they end up higher.
Yeah.
Now, if you're selling when one of those, well, that's no good. But that's the nature of how it goes.
Yeah.
So, but it will always. I bought my house for $450, and then it was worth $250, and now it's worth $8. And also, it's ebb and flow.
I love that you stayed there for all of that.
Oh, you've been there that whole time?
Yeah, we bought it in 2005.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is so smart. Okay, so if you could give a new agent a piece of advice that you wish someone would have given you in 2004 or 2005, what would that be?
Just relationships. Take the people that you meet seriously and nurture them and don't let them run away because they will. No matter if you call them 25 times and they say, we're going to go out next month, they will still wander off.
Yeah.
So nurture the people that you're in contact with because you don't have to do that many. I start off every year thinking to myself, I only have to find 2 people every month. I find 2 people every month that want to do something. So you got to keep them in perspective. It's not, you don't have to find 5,000 people to do this with.
Yeah.
You just have to find a couple at a time. And so if you've got people that you're working with, don't let them run away. Don't let them wander off. Just keep working with them.
Yeah.
So
you're going to be married forever if you keep that philosophy.
Yeah.
Don't let her wander off.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't let her
Keep in
wander
contact.
off.
Follow up. Follow up.
Yeah. No, it's finding the people. It's not hard to do the rest of it. The person that you're trying to sell a house to, or get them through escrow, or sell somebody's home, they're the part that you need to find. So keep them close, and keep in contact, and build relationships. I get 5 or 6 transactions a year from people that I've done something with before because they're selling, or they send their daughter or their brother or their neighbor or whatever. Life is a lot easier when people send you people than when you're out there looking under rocks.
Yeah.
And sometimes the market is you got to look under rocks. You got to get out. You got to grind. You got to do open houses. You got to make phone calls or send out stuff. We used to knock on doors and do door hangers and thousands and thousands and millions of thousands of them. So it's hard. So that's the nugget, is the person that wants to work with you. Don't let them go.
Yeah.
Don't harass them. But build a relationship.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I would say.
That's good advice.
Yeah. Solid advice.
Yeah. That's because he's kind of good at his job.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's on the show.
I think that you're kind of good at the job because you're a natural relationship maker. And some people aren't.
Yeah.
They don't, it's like next. They don't care about the person.
turn
You
and
actually
burn.
care about the
Yeah.
people that you help.
Well, I do. I definitely do. But it's self-preservation too. It works.
Yeah.
It just works.
Yeah.
If you take care of people.
Yeah.
I don't take care of them because I'm taking care of you because you're going to buy a house. But part of it is, I'm taking care of you because you're part of my 2 that I have to find every month. You know what I mean? But I want to have a relationship with you. I'd like to be in touch with you throughout the year. I'd like for you to call me the next time you have a real estate question. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you know me already. I've already proven to you I can do what you asked me to do. So why would I let you go to somebody else?
Yeah.
And so that's important to relationships. I mean, people will continue to call you if you give them good service.
Have you ever had to fire someone?
Oh, yeah.
Is that fun?
You know, I mean,
How do you fire someone? Do you do the I'm not able to meet your expectations, I wish you all the best?
You know, I've had one person that I just said we're just not able to. I'm not able to help you, and it went. You know what? We didn't have that good a relationship. If they were fine with leaving and I was fine with giving them up, then there was a disconnect there. Mm-hmm. But you know, I can count on one hand how many bad transactions I've had.
Yeah.
Just.
Okay, where's your
And I don't care. You know what? Honestly, even if it was, when it's over, I'm done with it. I don't have any drama or waste my time remembering how bad something was. I'm like, well.
Okay, so where's your next anniversary vacation with Alicia that you're taking her on?
Well, we have a list. You know, we definitely have a list. I mean, we want to go to Napa. That's one because there's some restaurants we want to go to there. The French Laundry and some.
Oh, we're going to go there.
Yeah.
We want to go see what it was like to sit in that restaurant.
Yeah.
Wow, that's open.
And, you know, we're planning on traveling. Like, that's the goal. Like, when Scott gets to the age that, you know, he's off, that puts us at the time that we want to probably start taking some more time. We want to go to Europe and go to the Caribbean. And so I don't know if we have any particular place. We went to Tahiti once and we loved it and we'd like to go back there. That's probably
That's cool.
Yeah, the Caribbean and the Bahamas. It's just a whole nother water.
Yeah.
And sand, and you can see your feet.
Yeah, exactly. The water's nice and warm.
Yes.
You go like 40 feet down there and it's like just like in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was ruined after I went there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And you go to Carlsbad and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tahiti
God.
ruined it for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to do Aruba.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Never been anywhere in the Caribbean other than like Cancun. I mean, I guess that's in the Caribbean, but.
Did you like Cancun?
Yeah. I mean, I was like 19, and so most of that was spent.
With extracurricular activities?
Yeah. Yeah. So. No, we've been to Maui like 5 times. That seems to be the go-to all the time. It's easy. We know where everything is. There's the money's the same. The language is the same.
Yeah.
We know where all the beaches are.
Yeah.
So we're trying to branch out. We're trying to, shake it up a little bit.
Yep. It's time to go to Italy.
Yeah.
Yep. Need a little bit of France. I don't know. France was a little smoky and dirty. Yeah. But I loved the history.
Yeah.
The history was awesome.
There's lots of world to see.
There is. Yeah. That's why I tell my kids, I want them to go see it.
Yeah.
I don't want them to stay in their room and play video games. Don't wait for the metaverse to come to you. Go out and find it. But kids really do that. Yeah. Do you let yours play video games a lot? Do you have a lot of computer time?
Yeah, he has a fair amount of computer time, actually, yeah.
I know. There is some good stuff out there, though, the streaming and stuff. Well, other than the naughty stuff that's out there.
I can't see Zach doing an OnlyFans account. Kidding.
I tell Zach he should be gaming and being streaming and getting paid for what he does. If you're going to play a video game and you're going to be one of the best, stream it.
Yeah.
And make some money.
We went to the Fortnite World Cup a couple years ago in New York, and it was insane. It was in Arthur Ashe Stadium. There was like 50,000 people there, and there was this platform, a 3-layer platform, and there were 14 to 20-year-olds in front of monitors with big screens, and the guys that were winning, like there were 16, 17-year-olds winning events that were, first place was $1 million.
That's insane.
Yeah, see, it's fun.
That's wild.
Yeah, you gotta do good things on the computer, not naughty things.
Yeah.
Yep.
But probably not hang your hat on winning the World Cup.
How did we meet?
I came to your office when I started to want to get back full-time into real estate because I was working for a broker in Orange County. That was they had a huge BPO account, like a bunch of different companies. So I worked for them, Elite REO, I think they were called, and I did a ton of BPOs. Like I made like.
Remember when you made good money doing BPOs?
Yeah, I mean, when people were doing short sales, I was making like 75 grand just driving around doing BPOs.
Yeah.
But I think I started back. The real estate market looked like it was starting to move up again, and I thought, I'll go back to selling. And I saw, I went to an event that had Serpa speak.
Yeah.
And I think I met you there. That was the first time I met you. Probably don't remember that, but and then I think there was a combination of, I heard some things about Signature and the flat fee really.
I know.
I did the.
I know. Yeah. Ooh, look at that
like,
map.
We got to look at this.
Yeah.
And I think I just came in and talked to you.
And then when did Alicia come? Because I don't remember. Because she was with us for a minute.
Yeah, it was when you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's fun having couples in the office. Yeah. I mean, they're working hard, but it's fun on the outside going in because you think it's cool. It's like, oh, look at them. They came to work together. I wonder if they're going to kiss.
We didn't come to work together.
No, they did not.
No.
And they were really good about and honest about, no, we're going to do stuff separately. We'll be here, but we're going to do stuff separate.
Yeah, we do stuff separate. And, I have worked from home even when I was in the electronics business. I've worked from my home office for 30 years. I never go there. I went to our office in Simi Valley. I went there once a month for an office meeting. That was it. And so I've always worked from home. I've always done that.
Yeah. And
that's where I'm comfortable. My office is there. I have everything I need. I'm a social person-ish. Like, I'm extroverted. I like talking to people. But honestly, I talk about real estate all day.
Yeah.
And so when given an opportunity to get into a group of realtors, I'm like, all right, well, then we'll talk about real estate there too. And, so sometimes I like being at home. I work well from home. I don't have any problem from getting distracted. That's just been the way that I've always worked.